Hello, and welcome to this video. In this video, I want to talk to you about 5 incredibly simple ways to relieve stress, or even go as far as turning off your stress response, even immediately. And the secret tool here is your breath. Your breath directly influences all of the functions in your physiology. And so when you shift your breath, you're going to alter and shift your physiology. And you have this built-in mechanism, defense mechanism in your sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight or flight response. And it's there to become activated when in a do or die situation. But a lot of the times we're not in a do or die, life or death situation, and the sympathetic nervous system is still becoming overly activated. So here are 5 ways to relieve this stress and turn off the stress response. So 1, extending your exhale. Every time you breathe in, your heart rate goes up slightly, your blood pressure rises slightly, and your sympathetic nervous system gets activated. Each time you breathe out, your heart rate slightly goes down, your blood pressure slightly goes down, and your parasympathetic nervous system gets activated. So if we can breathe in a rhythm, because our bodies are made from rhythms, everything is conducive to a rhythm, but if we breathe in a rhythm while extending our exhale, then what we're going to do is we're going to build up CO2 levels in our bloodstream, and this is going to help dilate blood vessels, open up artery ways so we're getting more circulation, relieving this tension and contraction in the body. It's also going to lower your heart rate, blood pressure, and activate more of your parasympathetic nervous system. So allow me to show you how to extend your exhale. Breathing in a rhythm is going to be very important, as one of the most important and core foundations of lowering the stress response in your physiology, okay? So we want to make sure we're connecting the inhale to the exhale. There's no pause or break between either inhales or exhales. Make sure you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. It's smooth on the inhale and relaxed on the exhale. And make sure on your inhale you're breathing into your belly, okay? So allow me to show you. Close your eyes and relax. Now let's begin.
2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4. And just keep breathing in this rhythm, letting the sounds of the breath guide you. Breathe in, trust. Breathe out full surrender.
And there you have it. It's that easy. Do that for 5 minutes, or even upwards to 10, 15, even 20 minutes, depending on where you're at in your feelings and sensations within yourself. So, super easy. Follow the music and the breathwork meditations to make the guidance much more easy, and eventually this will become muscle memory. Number 2, it's breath retention. So when you hold your breath out, there's multiple forms of breath retention, but what I'm referring to is Nishisha Rishaka Kumbhaka, which is holding your exhale out for as long as you possibly can, going past the comfort zone. And what happens is when you stop breathing and you hold all of your breath out, there's a series of actions and reactions that are happening inside of your body. But what I want to focus on today is the positive stress response. So you're not used to holding your breath out, I'm sure. Not many people are. And so when this happens, the reptilian part, or the primitive part of our brain, kicks in into survival mode. and it's there to protect us. It's like, hey, we're not breathing, what's going on? So it starts to send these panic signals and sensations. When you override that sensation and hold your breath out for longer, your body begins to adapt to this low oxygen environment. It becomes hypoxic, and on a physiological level, there are huge health benefits and a cascade of those benefits that are becoming activated. But the nervous system will then build up a resilience to the stress response. So every time you hold your breath out and you get that trigger response to panic or to kind of freak out a little bit, when you override that urge, then you're building up strength to your nervous system. So next time that you're put in front of a stressful situation, whether your boss is yelling at you, you're in an argument, or you have a very short deadline to get a project finished, your nervous system is used to this response in a positive manner. Not a negative manner where we're running around like rampant, but a positive one because you are controlling that environment within your body and your mind. And the more you do this, the more strength you will build up to stressful situations and becoming more and more resilient to stress and how you react to it. Now I want to show you how to do the breath retention. This is always much easier and best to do after a series of rhythmical breathing. So like the extended exhale, if you do that for 5 to 7 minutes and then do a breath retention, you'll actually be able to hold your breath out for longer. I'll go into that more in depth in another video. But for now, what you want to do is take a deep breath in, hold for just a second. You'll kind of feel this rush of energy, and then exhale fully and hold. Okay, so and then you'll exhale. Remove all the air from your lungs. Make a little sound at the end. This will help remove any remaining air. And then just hold. Hold with no air in the lungs for as long as you possibly can. You're going to feel this panic sensation, but override that urge to breathe. The more you override this, the stronger your nervous system will become. And everyone's going to be different in how long they can hold their breath out. So know that this takes practice and time to build up this strength. Okay? When you can't hold your breath out any longer, just return back to your normal breathing. Okay? So allow me to show you.
Now, take a deep breath in, fully in, and hold it at the top. Begin to harness this trust, harness this energy. Now exhale. And remove all the air from your lungs and hold. Sinking deep into the still and sacred place. Relaxing every muscle in your body.
So that is just an example, but what you'll want to do is make sure you hold your breath out for as long as you possibly can. Even with the icky feelings that may come up, override that. Stay relaxed, stay calm, and try and enter into a very deep meditative state. And using ambient music, which you can find in my breathwork meditations, is a great way to really quiet the mind and fall into this deep meditation. Okay? Number 3, balancing the hemispheres of your brain. Okay? So, our breath influences our brain and our thoughts. Erratic breathing will trigger erratic thoughts. Erratic thoughts will lead to erratic emotions, and our emotional state will be how we perceive and view the world around us. And most people are activating either the left or the right hemisphere of their brain. Your right hemisphere is going to be more for imagination and creativity, and the left side is going to be more of logic and reasoning. Okay, so we want to make sure that both sides of the brain are balanced and we're getting proper blood flow, nutrients, and oxygen to both sides so that we can be very focused, but also be expansive, thinking outside of the box, but be very stilled, focused, and direct into what we are visualizing or the projects or things that we're trying to get done. And this is just a great way when you start to breathe in through one nostril and out through the other. What's going to happen is you're going to start to balance these hemispheres. So each nostril is connected to the opposite hemisphere. So your right nostril to the left hemisphere and your left nostril to the right hemisphere. Hello. Now I want to show you how to do the box breathing or the alternate nostril breathing. This is a wonderful way to balance the two hemispheres of your brain because you're taking in oxygen from each nostril, and your right nostril is connected to the left hemisphere, left nostril is connected to the right hemisphere. So one way to get circulation and blood flow moving on both hemispheres is to do this alternate nose breathing. Okay, so in your mind you can count to a count of 4. So like in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Always best to do this with music so that you can stay in a consistent rhythm, but allow me to show you. Okay, so you start by exhaling out of your left nostril. Okay, so now breathing in and then out through your right, now in through the right, out through the left, in through the left, out through the right, in through the right, out through the left, in through the left, and out through the right, in through the right, and out through the left. And there you have it. It's important that you connect the inhales to the exhales. There's no pause or break. I needed to show you and explain the inhales and exhales, but when you're doing this, make sure you're connecting the inhale to the exhale, exhale back to the inhale. So you're staying connected, smooth. So I hope you enjoy. Number 4 is Bhastrika. This is another pranayama technique that is very sympathetic activating. So you're going to activate your sympathetic nervous system. There's breathing to activate more of your parasympathetic rather than sympathetic, which is good to introduce this level of relaxation and these shifts and alterations to your physiology so your body can adapt to relaxation. Because a lot of the times we're contracted and that becomes the default setting in our mind and body. It's used to just constant contraction. But on the other hand, again, just like in the breath retention, if we're controlling this environment and we're doing it with intention and awareness, then we are going to be able to enhance our experience and how the body reacts to stressful situations. So Bhastrika is this forced inhale and exhale all through the nostril. And what's going to happen is you're going to activate your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight. But again, this is in a controlled environment. This isn't because someone's yelling at us or we didn't get something finished or we're projecting into a false future, something that hasn't happened yet, and we're worrying or living from a place of fear and doubt rather than control and awareness. So this controlled environment with awareness is going to allow us to start to introduce a sympathetic activation, but done under your own terms. And when you do it under your own terms, the body will then adapt to that type of environment. So it's not so different. It's not so foreign to the body. And what you want to do is start to balance sympathetic and parasympathetic, and realizing that you can do this through your breath so you can apply it to different moments and situations in your day. Maybe you're feeling a little lethargic. You need a little boost of energy. Well, this is a great time to use Bhastrika. Maybe you're tense and you're getting ready to go into a big meeting and you're a little nervous, you're a little scared, a little anxious. Well, then you want to use the extended exhale. So again, as I've explained in these other steps, each breath has an effect, a direct influence on your physiology. And so one way to start to train strength to your nervous system is to also induce your sympathetic nervous system activation, but in a controlled environment. So I suggest just doing this for around 1 to 2 minutes. Hello. Now I want to talk to you about Bhastrika, this rapid kind of breathing. And what this is a forced inhale and exhale, okay? This is really going to stimulate your digestive system, increase this internal flame, and it's going to activate your sympathetic nervous system. And we're doing this under a controlled environment. So what we're doing is we're starting to introduce this type of activation consciously to your conscious mind and subconscious mind, so that you can start to introduce these changes and shifts, not because they're happening because of the environment that you're in, but because you're controlling that environment. This is really powerful about optimizing your ability to adapt to the environments that you're in, okay? So you're all through the nose, in and out, in and out. Make sure you're breathing into your belly too, okay? One way that you can do this is hold your arms up at a 45-degree angle, and you're gonna wanna do this depending on where you're at in your practice, anywhere from 30 seconds all the way up to like 2-3 minutes. It can be very exhausting, so start small and work your way up. So allow me to show you. And then when you're finished, take a deep breath in and hold. And then exhale. Ooh. Yeah, you should feel a good rush of feel-good hormones and sensations moving around your body. And you're also inducing a lot of nitric oxide when you're doing this, and this can give you kind of a euphoric, floaty, good sensation and feeling. So I hope you enjoy. Number 5, hydration. Hydration. This isn't breathing, but all of the cells in your body thrive off of proper nutrients, certain levels of oxygen, blood flow, nutrients from the food that you're eating, and also hydration. So your body is basically like the engine of a car, and the water that you intake is similar to the oil that you put in your engine. If you don't have oil in your engine, the car will run for a period of time, but then it will break down. And that ride is going to do damage within that engine the more you drive the car without any oil in it. Same thing applies to your body. If you're not staying properly hydrated, then you're overworking your body, your cells are being deprived, your muscles and tissues are being deprived of proper hydration, and things are gonna start to break down. You're gonna feel lethargic. Your body's gonna start stealing reserves, nutrient reserves that are stored in your muscles and tissues to keep yourself thriving. But now you've robbed the stored energy and nutrients, and now you don't have that stored backup. So eventually you're going to burn out. You're going to become very fatigued, and this could even lead to sickness or illness within your body. So a cascade of negative effects can come from dehydration, but when you're hydrated, you become a well-oiled machine, and your body begins to thrive. Your muscles can restore and regenerate after fitness and workout. Your cells are thriving and expanded, and it's here that they're really opening up to their full potential because you're providing them with the nutrients they need to thrive and survive. So as you're using these breathing techniques, make sure that you're drinking proper amounts of water. And it's not always about flooding yourself with water, but drinking proper water. So make sure you're getting quality water, and also try integrating activated water, which is like cucumbers, watermelon, cantaloupe, fruits and vegetables that carry a large water consumption or saturation. These are amazing fruits and vegetables to take in because they hold activated water, and your body responds to activated water much better than it does non-activated water, which is most of the water in the world today. Hydration, hydration, hydration. So I just wanted to briefly go over the hydration. You saw previously in the video me describing and explaining the importance of hydration. But there's some really cool ways to get more of this activated water. So cantaloupe, watermelon, cucumber are really, really, really good ways to give yourself activated water. Anytime that you're drinking any type of water-rich foods like these, celery is another really good one. Believe it or not, you're actually taking in activated water, and the body responds very well to this. So try grabbing a bunch of cucumbers or a watermelon and try and give yourself proper hydration each day with activated foods that are water rich. This will really help you really become much more fluid and provide yourself, even your cells, with proper nutrients to thrive and survive. So I hope you enjoy. So you have now learned 5 incredibly simple tools to relieve stress, to build up resilience to stress, and also tools to have in your toolbox to use even when you're sitting behind your desk, or you're in an argument, or you're trying to get a project done on time because you just got hit with a new deadline. So these can be used not just sitting in ceremony, but used in each waking moment of your life, because your breath you have in every moment. So now you have some tools in your box that you can begin to use to really optimize this human life experience and to start taking stress and being able to control it, where you're the driver of the car rather than the passenger. So I hope you enjoy. Check out my other videos to learn more about how to hack your nervous system, your mind, and your body. From my heart to yours.